My Nigerian friends, please help me here. Is it Anikulapo or Anikulapo? Which one is it? Anyways, welcome to the review of this movie. My name is Beverly. Do us be part of the family by hitting the subscribe button. So straight into the movie, straight into the review. I mean, I really like the cultural sense of the movie, the cultural focus of the movie. You could see that from their outfits from the beginning to the very end. Their outfits ran through. They were barefooted from the beginning of the movie to the very end. The market, on market days, they trade. They exchange for goods, like they traded with cowries. I mean, when I saw it, I was like, wow, this is a movie that's really paid attention to what they wanted to communicate to the audience, right? Now, if you look at their names and the fact that they spoke Yoruba throughout from beginning to the end, no English. I was taken aback. No single English. Like, just speak your local dialect. And from the beginning to the end, even though you'd have to read the subtitles, my friend, you wouldn't feel like, oh, I'm doing too much work. No, because the movie was so captivating. It was so endearing. Like you want to watch, you want to see what's going to happen next. And so I really like the cultural sense. If you look at their homes, the hut, the king's palace, the elders were sitting on the floor on mats. Even if there was anything, be like small pillows and small stools. I think they really paid attention. You look at the rooms of the queens. You saw their beads in there. You know, I tried to, represent the culture with my outfit, with my looks. So yeah, I mean, if you look at the rooms of the queens, the bed, the things in their room, calabash, hats, their necklaces, their beads. It was really nice. I think the producers, the directors paid attention to that part. They wanted to focus on a culture, and they did that so well. So well. Now let's go into the movie, the characters. I mean, I saw this particular gentleman, Mr. Makuna. I was like, what is this guy doing here? And he played his part very well. I think this is the first movie I've watched of him. Honestly, I haven't seen any movie of him apart from his YouTube skits and all that. So I think he really played it well. And Bimbo, Saro, and then the others. Now, to the main issue of the movie. We saw a gentleman come to a town to ply trade and then, make a living out of it. He met this woman. She welcomed this gentleman to her work, to her family, to her business, and said that she could give her work. Not knowing, as Mr. Macaroni said, as we all saw, she's someone who takes a young guy, sleeps with you, gives you work, like you become the boyfriend or like the bed guy for her. Now, fast forward, this guy sets up his trade. He's asked to, produce fabrics for the King's Palace, his wives. He meets this young woman, and there is connection, there's attraction there. And then at a point in time, I saw this guy was going home and someone was following him. All of a sudden, we saw that the woman has overtaken the man, overpowered the man, and something happened. They had sex. I'm like, wait, if it were the other way around and the woman traces a man, or it's like you are tailing the person, you find the person, you push the person down, and then you sleep with the person, or you have sex with the person, isn't that rape? I felt like the queen raped the man, even though the man gave in at the end. We all know that sex, you have to give consent, but I didn't see the consent here, and I didn't get why it had to happen that way. Because if you guys had affection for each other, why would you trail or tail the person to in the bush? The guy's even like, who is following me? Who is following me? And this and that. But that part I didn't get, and I don't know why our ladies are quiet, because if it were to be the other way around, we wouldn't have peace in this world that we are in. And so I thought that was rape, and I didn't really like that bit, that portion in the movie. Now, fast forward, they begin to have a relationship. They tell their stories of how far they've come and blah blah blah. Now, I think it was very brave of Saro to be having an affair with a queen. I mean, you will come to a town that you are not from, you've been accepted, and you have the effrontery to have an affair with a whole queen. No other person but a queen. Okay, fast forward, one of the princesses liked him, and she realized that the queen's movement has been quite suspicious. So she followed up and realized that, nah, this is what is happening. She alerts the family, she alerts the palace, and Sarah is sought after. Now, he's killed. And from the beginning of the movie, we were told what happens when someone dies. Now this bird comes, wakes him up, and asks what killed him. The bird was going to put him back to death when the queen, Arolake, came in and saved him. But before the bird went, we all saw that he left the magic powder there. Now they had to find another town to go and live in because they had been banned from where they, in fact, they ran away. So they had to move to another town or another village to, go and survive there. Now Arolake, like this is the movie for me. Arolake finds something. She keeps it for a very long time. She doesn't know. So this thing is what the bird used to raise Saru from death. So maybe it could work for us. Now you've gone to a town. Someone is dead. You have something. You say, oh, okay, Saru, this is what the bird used to raise you from the dead. Can you use it to raise this guy from the dead? I'm like, wait, why can't you do it yourself? I know you also asked this question. Why didn't Arolake raise the boy from the dead herself? I didn't get it. Okay, so I felt like, okay, since he's the man, she wanted him to be the one to raise the boy from the dead and give him some kind of glory, some kind of respect and that kind of a thing, for the guy to be able to walk around and then be like the head of the family. So she decided to do that for him. Now we saw how that turned out. That didn't go well. That went so wrong. That Saru married 2 wives in addition to her. In fact, he raped one of the help that he had because of the things that they were doing, waking people from the dead and all that. I knew that there is this scene that Saru raised a woman from the dead, and she was like, wait, did I ask you guys to bring me back to life? It's not possible. I didn't ask you to bring me back to life, so why did you just bring me back to life? But then they kept doing that. They had home to themselves. Saru married 2 more, had children with them. And at a point, he was becoming arrogant. He was telling his wife secrets that he and Arolake had, and we saw that she was so sad. She was so morose, depressed. The same thing that she went through at the palace, where her colleague queens told her that she couldn't have children, she couldn't give birth and all that. She went through the same thing with Saru in the other village, and she felt like she thought she could leave her past behind, but she comes again, and then her past is staring right at her in the face. What does she do? Well, she was still keeping her cool. Until one day, the king, where the new place that they were, the king's son also died. Now we want Saru to raise this guy from the dead, and Saru, the guy is arrogant though. He said he wanted the princess as a third. That'll be the 4th wife. They said, okay, no problem. But then Arolake hears of this offer that Saru has made to the king, and she's so broken, she's so disappointed. Already they've had issues to the extent that Saru had the guts to slap Arolake. I mean, a woman who has made you, a woman who has put you where you were, a woman who has made people see you how they see you. You slap her, no problem. Now the lady hears of your proposal to the king, and she's so mad, she's so pissed. It's like, you're not going to change, you're not going to be better for her, and so she's going to unmake you. But then when Sarah went to the palace to raise the boy from the dead, I thought that because he has slapped Arolake, that's why the magic powder was not working. Not knowing, Arolake poured the magic powder away. I was like, wait, why didn't she pour it into a different container or leave a different container for Saru? Even if so, okay, fine. So I thought that maybe if she had left a different container, the guy would have noticed that the container has been changed and he might follow her. So why don't you pour the magic powder in another container, and as you go, you also go and use it to live your life. You're going to have the life that you want, that you can have. She just wasted the powder, and I was so disappointed. I was like, why would Arolake make such a bad decision? She just poured the thing away, and I was like, why would you even do that to yourself? This is a good opportunity. You are showing the guy good, you are showing the guy, but why don't you pour it into a different container and use it on your new journey? She just wasted it. Now, Saru couldn't wake the guy up, and so he had to die. Now, the lesson of this movie, you have to know that, you start a life with somebody, and at the end of the day, when you get money, we hear a lot of these stories that the guys get money and then they start misbehaving and all that. Now, we've seen this, but know that if a woman made you, the same woman can unmake you, no matter how far you go. and we saw how easily she did it. Even though she was angry, I mean, she wasted the opportunity to also build a fortune in the future. I mean, I think also that she just felt like, wait, this is what has caused all these problems between me and Ensaro. So there's no need carrying it along with me for it to be another burden or just give me attention that maybe she doesn't want. So she's just going to live her life. But I'm like, are you going to live your life like alone, die unhappy, or she's going to go back to the palace? I don't think so. I think if she goes back, she's going to die. But then I think that Saro really deserved what came to him in the end. Don't joke with the woman who is helping you build your life. Don't joke with the woman who has given you a special place in her life. Don't joke with the woman who is toiling for you. Like same goes for the ladies. But then we also, like I'm talking about in respect to this movie, don't come and feminism me here on this channel. So yeah, I think I really like the movie. It was a good movie. The culture was on. I think the theme music, like the theme song that I even used in the movie, just like the flutes, the sound of the flute, no music, no kind of contemporary song, nothing of the sort. I think they really did well with the production of this movie. Like really did well. We just had the problem with Arolake, the decision she took to just waste this magic potion, just waste it just like that. I didn't get that part. So the producers must come in and explain to us why they made Arolake do that in the end. But then I think it was a very good movie, well played by the characters, well played by my favorite people, and Mr. Macaroni, I think he also played his part very well. So yeah, that is it. Thank you for watching. What did you make of the movie as well? Do that do also leave your comments in the comment section, and be back again for the next review. My name is Bevlin. Do also like this video because I know you like this. Thank you.